Should probably have
And we're
people
live.
in the roll 20 that aren't in roll 20.
I've literally been here sitting around for 15 minutes and didn't even click to go into roll 20. Alright, my bad.
Yeah.
Just don't be dumb. Anyway, welcome to the mess that is this shit show.
Willkommen.
Is that
What?
Italian? Or
That's welcome
German.
in German. Willkommen, bienvenue. No.
Guten
Hooray.
Morgen.
Oh, I'm
one?
sorry, you're only allowed to speak French.
That's all?
Bonjour.
Thank you.
Han, baguette.
The best
No.
start. So those notes.
Oh, today croissant.
Oh, okay. Hi. Okay.
Before we forget begin the notes, can I just ask if Prospero is thirsty and wants to take a drink out of the river?
The answer is
No.
No. Ik heb pas dorst. I'm not thirsty. Okay. So last week, in that boring episode that I wasn't present at, the crew arrives at the outpost and goes to a bar to collect information on the paper dragon. They debate how to find the dragon as Henrich, why did Henrich leave? What was the joke? Okay, and
It was a
Henrich
bad joke. You don't want
leaves.
to know.
Okay, don't know why. Who's Henrich? So Reynard finds out about the nomads that roam around the bold dunes, and they have like a setup, a headquarters somewhere. So we plan to go there and ask them. The next day at 6 a.m., we wake up to leave. We get to a 400-foot cliff. Reynard turns into a gigantic eagle and ferries the camels down the cliff. Good for them. Atticus, Cornelius, Cadacious, Pontiff high fives Vesper, and they appear at the bottom of the cliff. Go falls with control, and Iron Man lands on the ground. Reynard stays in Birdo form and scouts ahead. So we finally find an oasis and get some water, and then Zoot warns everyone that there's something in the water, but then decides instead he really wants to go into the water, and so do Reynard. Go. They all get pulled under the water, and they have to fight off the water to get everyone to safety. Vesper and Reynard compare glutes on and set up the tent for the day or day.
Yeah,
have to-
we're sleeping the
Okay.
other day.
That's it.
Technically, you guys are under the dome, not the tent.
Well,
You know, I just gotta say, I felt like Danielle was reading the notes instead of like walking us through what happened. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It seemed like the first half she kind of walked us through.
we forgot the part where Prospero loses his shirt in the water, and
Tell me
like
more about that.
the water drips off of his pristine body and makes little circles around his hairy pecs and nipples. And then Vesper faints with desire, and so does Atticus, actually, which is kind of funny.
Is this
And
while
then-
she was
what?
getting drowned?
Faints
Yes.
with desire.
She sees Prospero through the water and is like, ah! And then faints. And then the water also faints, stops fighting everyone. Then that's how everyone got back to
I'm changing Atticus's alignment from chaotic good to
Joseph.
chaotic gay.
I think I uploaded the wrong video.
You uploaded on the wrong site, maybe.
You're in the wrong dimmadome.
Timmy Turner, my name is Doug.
Off to
So
a
anyway.
good start.
It's about 10 a.m. You guys are doming up for the day. Doug Dimmadome for the day. What do you want to do?
Sleep.
I shall also
Coward.
sleep.
Well,
Okay.
Are these supposed to be the camels?
Obviously.
Yeah, what do you mean supposed to be? That's clearly a camel, and that is clearly also a camel.
that is
Okay.
clearly. Fuck. What are their names?
Okay.
Dog.
Chris
It's
and
mine.
Dog.
Chris?
Oh
Yeah.
Yep.
God.
Chris and Dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have something to say about that, Daniel?
You can take one guess as to who named them. It was Vesper, yeah. For sure.
Oh boy.
Totally.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you guys are just resting. Some of you sleeping. You guys feel the warmth of the desert, but you do not feel the true level because the sun is blocked due to the opaque nature of your dome.
Actually, it's gonna be pretty cool in there.
Nice.
Think so, huh?
I have temperature control.
Oh. It's not cool.
You really?
I have to double check that, but I'm like 99% sure.
That's pretty neat.
It is.
Rather neat.
Indeed.
Oh, it's just sorry, I don't have temperature control as much as like it's a set temperature, but it is comfortable and dry, regardless of anything else.
Well, there it is.
There you go. So that's kind of true, because it's still dry, like I said. Okay. So, you guys are waiting until about what time to continue your travels?
About
After everyone gets a long rest.
That's fucking meta.
So 6
8
p.m.
hours later. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, were we supposed to avoid traveling, like even wait a little longer, or
We're supposed to avoid
said-
traveling like late at night.
okay? Ah, then whatever. The issue is the person that knows the times of travel is not here, so. Or that was very adamant about the times of travel, I should say.
the way we talked about it, it sounded like it was basically like the 4 hours surrounding dusk and dawn.
I mean, you guys. I think you guys said a couple different things, to be honest.
Though, okay, my understanding of it was a couple hours within dusk and dawn, and then so like 4 and 4 on each side to get a full day of travel in. I guess that was my thought, at least. If you guys want,
Yeah, I think that's the general idea. I just don't know the exact hours. Henrich kind of seemed pretty set on that.
Okay.
That's because he never gave actual hours. He just kept saying dusk and dawn. So like,
Yo, when's dusk and dawn?
It's
Real.
right before night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite. Alrighty, so you got nothing you guys want to do while you're chilling?
I'm sleeping.
I would like to hydrate.
I don't know. Does Zoot let you?
Zoot's asleep. As
Is the
well.
alchemy jug in your bag or no?
The alchemy jug is like, yeah, it would be in my bag.
It's like, yeah.
Well, don't I have like a water canteen?
Yeah, I mean you do.
Yeah, Zoo would also like periodically fill up or like ask people if they need water. It's like a bookkeeping kind of thing. He
Zoo-
wouldn't just be
He's the water boy.
Yeah, I mean he wouldn't just be holding this 8 gallons of water, or however much is in there,
I
and just
understand.
being like, no, man, I bet you guys wish you had it.
No, I think the real way to do it is, oh, I have it for 5 gold per drink. Become the water lord.
Oh, that's
I
if
don't
Gozak
think he'd
had
do
it.
that to the party. Maybe to someone else.
That's if Gozak had the alchemy jug. Then you guys would have to pay. Alright, so you guys sleep. You go through your rest. You may finish your long rest, change your spells and all that shiz. And continue on for the next day.
And lose your absurd amount of health.
Yes, for those of you that were yoked off of the good. Did you went up 20,
man.
right? Yeah. Did you cast it twice,
Yes.
I think?
Yep.
God damn.
Pretty,
That's a lot of
pretty
health.
decent. Pretty decent, not gonna lie.
A lot of HP.
It's a lot of HB. What? Alright, so you guys are continuing on. Is there anything you'd like to do as you travel onward? Heading eastward.
I talked.
What? You cut out the camels, you said?
Can I talk to them?
Sure.
Can I go up to Hog
Uh-huh.
and say
You're
hello?
cutting out.
Oh, bummer. I think I need a different. I think I need my crappy headphones.
You just move
I
it
think you
closer.
need to turn your sensitivity down. Oh boy.
Sorry.
I feel like, oh boy.
Sorry, guys.
Oh boy.
This is how it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just your sensitivity was off.
I think it
the
was
new mic.
working fine. Yeah, you just need to move it
Yeah.
closer, like I said.
But the mic itself, this ear is falling off.
Okay. Well, not right now, but oh, I can hear myself. Okay. All right. That.
I'll go in the other room. Just never mind. Prospero's not talking to anybody.
I mean, you can do it.
Brutal. Prospero, are you going to the other room?
Is there 2 rooms in this town?
We're not in a
No.
tavern, we're in the desert.
No, I said tent.
Tent.
Oh.
Sorry,
No.
Dome.
It's definitely not big
Doug
enough.
Dim Dome.
No, it's
The
like
Doug Dim
10,
Dome
10
isn't
feet radius.
Doug
So it's like
Dim
it's a
Dam.
10-foot radius, and somehow fits 9 people in there, which I don't know how that math works. So
Well,
like,
it's
unless
like
we're like,
half a person.
well, I'm saying like 9 even medium-sized people, so 9 orcs could fit in there. So I don't know how it works, but I think either we lay on top of each other, we get very snuggly, or there's like levels somehow that aren't there, but are there.
It's the second floor.
Absolutely.
So, Prosper, what are you doing? What? Just do whatever you're doing.
No, I'm kind of moving right now.
Okay, so we're walking without talking, I guess.
Mhm.
So part of the way in your travel, you guys come to a river that meets up with the one that you kind of been traveling with, the one that you saw and took a swim in, has been heading generally eastward with you guys so far. But like I said, part of the way it meets up with a similar river and comes together. You guys continue on for about an hour or so, and you see a village ahead of you.
Oh.
Yep. Looks pretty small, tucked into a fold in the river, which now obviously is kind of doubled in size and all that. A few folks sitting by the water, watching a pair of kids play and kind of splashing. In the village, there's no buildings, but many domed tents, each a tapestry of different colored fabrics. Just kind of an assortment. Doesn't look like necessarily like chaos and just like, here's the shit we got, you can use it, but it just looks like that's the design, is it's just a spread of different colors. These tents seem to be houses. There doesn't seem to be any stores or markets, or any sort of like stalls or signs or anything. No inns, no taverns. No tent particularly larger than the others. Not really one that seems central. Just is a bunch of tents. I will say the tents do look fairly, I mean, as far as much a tent can, looks fairly, like, what's the word? Like, it, oh my gosh, can't think of the word. Like it's always there.
Like permanent?
Yeah, permanent. Thank you. But also in the center of town is a very beautiful covered well, surrounded by a small, fairly minimal fence. Yeah, that's what you see.
Well, What?
Can I just ask to make sure I didn't miss it? How big was the town? Like, how many people would be expected?
Your guess would be probably around the range of like maybe 200-ish.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Do people look at us weird? I guess is my first.
Well,
Question.
they definitely look at you. From a distance, they see these people approaching them. They're kind of just like, oh, there's people. And as you guys are approaching, if that's what you're doing, I presume.
Yeah, I think we'd be approaching town.
Okay. There's
Kill
one particular man who seems to be kind of coming out to greet you. He looks older. It's a little hard to tell, but he definitely looks older in some way. Like a little hard to tell exactly how old, I should say. He's a bit over 4 feet tall, wears a bright colored long sleeve shirt that falls kind of like over his knees almost like a robe almost, I guess. But he does seem to be wearing pants as well. It just falls down fairly far. He walks towards you in his sandals, moving slowly with a very tall staff. And when he reaches you, he throws his arms open as if, he was going to like hug you or something. But he's standing a little ways away from you and he says, Merhab Gunli. And then he kind of pauses, looks over you guys for a second, and he says, Welcome to our humble village, Voe. My name is Mazar. The people here call me Buyu, which you may call me also as well.
I'm gonna bow.
Okay.
I'm going to bow deeply and say, Hello, Buyu. Thank you for your warm welcome.
He nods to you.
We appreciate your kindness and greeting us.
I am Prospero, and these are my friends.
Yeah, I'm Zoot. This is Go. Everyone else, you wanna?
I am Atticus Cornelius Caduceus Pontiff. Nice to meet you. And I reach my hand out towards him if he's close enough. Otherwise, I don't.
Awkwardly 5 feet away.
Come here, you.
He'll walk towards you and take your hand.
Vesper, hi.
Reynard.
And I guess I will say too, Atticus, as he takes your hand, it does look like he kind of pauses for a moment, like trying to remember what to do, and then he shakes it. And he says,
I will lead the handshake.
we do not see many visitors out here, but it is always nice to see outsiders.
Oh. Well, that's good news. Everyone didn't really have... We didn't really have a ton of information coming over here, but we're happy to be welcome. We appreciate it.
Of course, the Nomad people are always here to help anyone who comes across our village.
That's great to hear because we need a lot of help.
Right this
Well,
way, I will show you. And he turns around and starts walking away. What were you saying?
Kind of depends. It kind of depends the type of help we need. We
How
don't really need
fast
food or
does he
water.
walk?
What'd you say?
How fast does he walk?
Oh, he's pretty slow.
Prospero's gonna like nudge Zoot, I guess, with his knee, because height, and just be like, I like this.
Zoot walks. Oh.
Excuse me,
Because
I
of his
float.
True, okay, I'll
You
nudge
gotta
you
nudge you with your knee. and
with
you
my
fucking
hip then.
Tightest.
Still nudges you with his knee. It's just a flexibility
I'll like
flex.
lift my knee and nudge you with it. And say, I like this guy.
Just to clarify, Zoot's like hangs around like where his head's at like 6 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know, I
chills
just-
Yeah, Zoot's head's like in the 5 to 6 foot range. It kind of like changes a little bit, but he's at least 2 to 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah, basically he's about 4 feet tall, or what is it, 3.5, 4 feet tall, and his feet are 2 to 3 feet above the ground.
I just wanted to make sure I
Oh,
remembered
he's
that he was like
cool.
pretty dang high up there.
Fair
Yeah,
folk.
Prospero's like 12 feet, so it may.
Nope.
12
Not
feet.
quite.
It's canon, Alex. Too late.
12 feet, also 6 feet tall. So he starts walking through the village, and you guys will see pretty much everyone in the town looks at you with curiosity. There are some young, some old. Like I said, maybe a few hundred people here on glance. Obviously, a little hard to tell because there's people poking in and out. Many come to greet you. Some even bring you like very small little objects, little carved pieces of wood, or carved pieces of bone, colorful pebble, a small piece of dried meat, just like all these tiny little trinkets and objects, and they just give it to you, just kind of as you're walking through. There's also, I guess.
I'm gonna be going for like all of them.
Zoot's gonna be following behind Renard and trading everyone a ball bearing. Every single time he takes something, Zoot will like hand a ball bearing back.
Okay, they'll accept this gift and look at it like they've never seen it in their lives. It's like, can't imagine a ball bearing does too much in the desert.
Oh, fuck.
Because they've definitely never seen it.
You could roll it on a table or something.
Yeah, on a table. But if you, the whole point of a ball bearing is to throw it on the ground and trip someone. But like, if you throw it on the ground, they're just gonna step on it and it's just gonna sink into the sand.
I mean, my idea initially was like something kind of similar to marbles, but
I mean, yeah, it's not like there isn't like harder ground here. I was just saying it because in my head it popped into my head that way, and thinking about it was funny. But
one lucky kid gets a dagger. No.
And you get my armor. No. So you guys are walking through town, and like I said, Ryu is kind of pointing out different things, mostly saying whose homes everything is. He'll point to the well in the center of town. There is a well, yeah, not a wall. It's a well this time, for real. And he says, our guardian lives there. Has been with us for many cycles now. It keeps going and basically leads you to his house, and says, you can stay here while you are in town. I will let you stay in my home all you need. Of course, you can eat and share meals and stories with the people here.
Oh, have we got stories for you?
This seems to be Reynard's kind of place.
Oh,
Wonderful.
well, yeah.
So what brings you to the desert here?
We're on a quest.
Yeah.
Spiritual or perhaps some sort of physical creature you must find, or perhaps it is something else you are looking for?
What an oddly specific.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty much like right on the nose.
Oh.
We're looking for a creature called the Paper Dragon.
I have heard the tale. I do not know it myself, but I know a man who does. This is...
Well, we'd love to hear that story.
the man lives in a village north of here called Va. Not...
Atticus just leaves to the north. No, I'm just kidding.
He is...
We're out.
Elder that lives there knows this story. I have heard it a few times, but I do not remember well enough to tell it. If you intend to travel there, I suggest that you stay here for the night and eat a meal with all of us.
That sounds delightful. I'm starving. What do you guys think?
Well, yeah, that would be a pleasure. Is there... I don't know, I feel like... Can we pay you? I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said, "Can we pet you?" And I was like,
no, I said no. Zoo would never. I would never try to pet someone.
Zoot would never.
No,
Yeah,
there
no.
is no need, friend. We are here, happy to help.
Can I like fill up your water jugs or something? I've got a lot.
I suppose that is always useful to us.
Yes, you can do it quite a bit every single day, so might as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
he
Yeah, I
carries
mean,
a
well-
large canteen.
Something like that.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well,
mean-
I will be happy to accept this gift if you feel the need to give it, but by no means do you have to pay for your time here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would like to give back a little something. You've made we have, I'll tell you the truth. We haven't really made a lot of progress around here, but the fact that you are so forthcoming with your information and ask nothing in return, really nice change of pace for us.
I am happy to say that the Nomad people have always felt that this is a very important piece of our culture. The outsiders do not seem to share this sentiment, but you seem very nice and perhaps
Yeah.
do not, will not be a problem to us.
Yeah, we try to create less problems where we go.
I
Go
mean,
for-
Depends on the day.
Stifles a little laugh.
Okay. Zoo looks back to mild success.
it is less about what you do and more about what you try to do.
Yeah, Eric.
What? What did I do?
Yeah. No, I heard you coughing.
No, there was a
Anyway.
bit of dust in my throat. Sand, rather.
Yeah, but I would. If you have like some extra jugs or something, or do you just have like a bit? I mean, I'm sure you have a ton.
Well, they have a well, you see.
Oh, that well does not work for us in that way. That is,
Oh,
as I said, home to our guardian. We do not use it for our water. The nearest source of
what is your
water
guardian?
would be the river. He just points to the giant river around the town. It is a creature made of water that came here to us long ago. We saw it when it was very small, and it has grown in the well.
They try to drown people.
No. But I
It
am
wouldn't
assuming
be much of a guardian.
you have met the Nada on the river. The Nada.
Yeah, not a fan.
It
Not
is
a
best to
fan.
stay away from the water if you feel that you are being called to it. Easier said than done.
Don't I
Yes,
know?
we learned that the hard way. Indeed.
And you live to tell the tale. See, this is a good day for all of you.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
I'd say. Well, I suppose we're staying through the day, at the very least.
And you probably
Thank
know,
you for your hospitality.
of course. And he kind of nods to you and smiles. You guys would also notice too that there is pretty much everyone in town is kind of, not everyone in town, but like a bunch of people in town are starting to come together. There is a giant cooking pot that is kind of being rolled through the sand over into one of the more like open areas, kind of like just beside the edge of the village, I guess.
How big are we talking?
I mean, it's not like it's like oversized or anything. It's just
20 foot
it
long.
looks like it would be used to feed a village.
You might.
We're talking full blown witch's cauldron right now.
Yeah.
But is it larger than the pale witch's cauldron?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Because
not much
that
about the
was
size
for
of
one
the cauldron,
person.
it's about how the stew turns out.
I see.
So yeah, these people will come together and kind of start setting up basically a cooking area and an eating area. For the most part, there's no like tables or benches very much here. It's mostly just like kind of these. It's like logs on the ground around a campfire kind of situation, essentially.
Makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, as you guys kind of like relax and sit around, assuming there's nothing you guys want to do.
Zoot would be teaching the children how to play marbles.
Okay, and they're very interested to learn because why not? It's ball-bearing marbles.
Yeah.
Are there any? I know it is the desert, but are there any weird plants?
What you can
Cacti.
see here doesn't look terribly strange. There's a couple of weird kind of fruits near the river.
Prospero gonna go get them.
Okay, one of the ladies there would ask you to
Roll initiative.
no,
You could have unified the lady.
no.
Excuse me,
I
sir,
mean,
would
if
you
you
roll
want.
initiative?
No, I was gonna say she would ask you to pick a couple and bring them up to the cauldron area. Like
Of course.
as you're grabbing one.
Do they give me a little basket?
Yeah.
I fill the cute little basket.
And frolic up.
Yeah. I skip.
I would also say too, one other interesting detail I suppose is that they do not make a fire to put the kind of I don't know. I'm saying cauldron. It's not a fucking witch. To put the
Cauldron.
sod to cook over.
Pot?
Sod digging.
Instead, they have a very familiar looking organ-like sack.
Yeah.
This one, however, seems to have small cuts in it, which I suppose is also familiar looking. And you see tiny little flames kind of slowly creeping out of these small little cuts. But it does give off heat.
Nani.
Which is all familiar, like I said. Because you guys did...
Very familiar.
Like the thing on the pillar.
Yeah, on the pillar, yeah.
Oh. Oh, yes, of course.
When Zoot is knocking one of the small kids' ball bearings out and taking his ball bearing,
Fucking savage.
I mean, he'll give it back.
This is how you
but he's
play,
winning the
idiots.
game. He's gonna let him learn one game, and then he's gonna take them for all their ball bearings to let him know he's better, and then he's gonna play him easy.
Wow.
This is a 3-step plan.
Apparently.
But he's gonna ask, what's that brown kitty thing?
You're gonna ask the kids?
Well, yeah.
Okay. One of the...
You don't know I'm gonna ask an adult.
I mean, I was just making sure that's what you're doing. One of the girls,
Yeah, I'm asking kids.
the little kids, goes, well, that is the fire beetle sack. We use them for light and fire, since we do not have wood, is what I think the outsiders use.
Well, that is interesting.
They are beetles,
Where-
and we sometimes go and find them, and we have beetles. and like,
you just have.
as she's saying it, she's just like, all of a sudden, kind of like going into this like facial expression of like, is that weird? Like, it seems so normal to me.
Oh no.
No, well, it's not weird. It's resourceful. I just haven't really spent a lot of time out in the desert.
We have a
So-
lot of ways of keeping them from burning out so fast as they normally do. Normally, they only last a few, short cycles, but now they're with the things that we can do to them, they last much longer.
Oh, what a...
Sounds ominous.
I'm interested in...
I don't know. They
Right.
cover it with some sort of cream, or I don't know what it is. I just know they put it on the top of it. And one of the other kids is like, it insulates. That's the word.
Oh, you just need to insulate them, and they work for much longer.
Yes. And this little kid is just so proud of himself.
Interesting.
It's like, I knew the word.
Dude starts villainously rubbing.
Indeed, villainously. So they cook you a beautiful vegetarian meal full of very, like, some of them are kind of familiar looking, but a little bit varied, I suppose. Different kinds of potatoes and all sorts of different things. There's also some fruit that Prospero so joyfully picked, and overall just a very nice meal. Vesper, make a
Journey.
perception check.
Me?
Yeah,
Is there another Vesper in the group?
there's another Vesper sitting across from you now.
Oh.
What's that?
18.
18. Okay, since you are one who so dutifully scans crowds and takes in people, that is why you are rolling. You do see a pair of boys who are kind of like eyeing you and whispering to one another a little bit. Not like necessarily nefariously, just.
Can I
Yes.
just read what they're saying?
Yes. One of them says basically, I think they would be perfect. I don't know why you don't think it's a good idea. And the other one goes, you're overreacting. Why do you think anything's going to happen? We don't need them. And they kind of go back and forth a little bit.
Oh boy.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
The one is basically just like, I should go ask them right now. It's a great time. Like, everyone's just sitting here. I mean, why not? They could help me. I don't see why not. And the other kid's like,
Are they like looking at each other or anything at all? Like looking around, or are they just like focused on each other?
they're mostly looking at you guys and kind of like back and forth to each other. One of them is very much so like eye roll, like, really, dude. And the other one is, he kind of just keeps like scoping you guys out a little bit. Not like dead staring or anything, but just like, you know, trying to be casual about it.
When he like looks over next, I'm just gonna do like a little like smile and a wave at him.
And then he definitely is just like, nope, wasn't looking. Anything you guys want to do while you're sitting around, hanging out, eating, and such? Oh, also, Booyu would have taken care of Dog and Chris.
Yes.
Got them put over by, and this village does have a few kind of animals.
Which one
So-
is Dog and which one is Chris?
Dog is
Dog is the dog.
That's
No,
Atticus is
uh,
camel.
I think we should
Yeah.
flip them, honestly. I really do.
No,
HB woke up and chose chaos today.
no.
Please.
It's already done. You know, in hindsight,
Uh.
it probably would have been more fun, but it's already done. Dog is dog.
Lame. That's our
Mm.
Nay,
Oh, I suppose I can do.
the meat corridor.
No. Where's the freaking? Is it camp? No, that's lakeside camp. That's definitely not gonna work. How much water noise is in this?
I mean, we're still in the desert.
Yeah, I know, but you guys are. Oh, I guess there's not really a fire either. What am I saying? Forget that. Back to the desert. Okay, so you guys are just sitting around, hanging out, chatting. Most of the people here will, you know, be friendly and talk to you. Not like some of them are like almost like too timid to hold a conversation longer than just like introducing themselves. But for the most part, they're very friendly, very welcoming.
Is anyone like, who the fuck are these posers?
I mean, there's a couple people that aren't maybe that aggressive about it, but they're just like very curious, like, why are they here? You know, like,
These fucking
what are these people doing?
nerds.
I wonder what they're what they want, you know, kind of thing. But eventually, as you guys are just hanging out, lost in the sauce at the moment, the kid that you saw earlier does come over to you, and he says, "My name is Sepose. Sorry, I am nervous. Sepose, and I was wondering if I could ask you something." And his friend is like standing behind him, just like cross-armed, just like really, still kind of that same. Up to the group in general. I should say.
My name is Vesper. What can I do for you?
Are you the kind of travelers who use like magic and weapons and fight monsters and stuff?
Some of us use magic, some of us use weapons, and yes, we fight monsters and stuff.
And he like
Prospero puffs out his chest.
he turns back to his friend really quick, and you hear this like, "I told you," and he turns back to you, and he goes, "Well, you see, it is my turn to go to the beacon to the north, and I was wondering if you could go with me and my friend Zozar."
Would you say we entered the camp from the
From the
north
west.
side?
You were
From the
heading.
west.
You were heading east.
Okay.
What do you mean by your turn?
Well, we use these the beetle sacks that they give off light and help you find kind of your way through the desert loosely, if you know what to look for. And every so often they sort of run out. They are used, expent, and we go out and refill them, and we take turns. And it is my turn. Usually I do it, not very often. And he looks
Is
very
it
like nervous, and
dangerous?
he's kind of like playing with his hands and stuff.
Well, you refill the sacks, or you go
Oh
get more?
no, we have another one that I will get another one to put there, and then take the old one.
Oh, you're just putting it into the beat.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I'm a good climber. That's why I have the job.
Why do you not want to go alone?
It is far away, and the desert is not. There's a lot of things out there, and I don't know what could happen. And from behind him, he's like, "It's not that bad. You hear too many stories. Jeez, they're not even all real." And he just kind of like kicks
Aren't you a bit
some sand
young?
backwards. Yeah, and I should mention too, now that you say that, these two are like fairly young boys, probably around the age of like 8 or 9 looking.
Aren't you a bit young to go on an expedition like that by yourself?
Well, technically no. We are all trained to do this. We live here. So I guess I would be too young to go get water from the river. If that was true. I've been doing it for a while.
What makes this time different? Do you just not enjoy it?
I didn't want to go alone last time either.
Oh, did you have someone go with you then?
The guy behind, or his friend behind him, Zozar, he goes, "You've done it one time. Don't even lie. It was one time and I went with you." And he's like, "Shut up."
And why won't you go with him again?
He is going with me.
Oh, but you are in need of more
Well,
protection.
if there are, people who are here that do this stuff, I don't see, why not to go? If you
I
want
mean,
to.
Do you know what's the name of the village to the north?
Va.
Va?
Yeah.
Do you know where Va is?
Yes, that is the halfway mark, the beacon. It is
Alright.
supposed to show you the way.
How about I make a deal with you?
He's
We'll
listening.
help you get to that beacon and deal with any sort of nasties on the way, and you can point us in the right direction.
Yeah. Yes, I will do that. I can tell you whatever I know how to get there. All the things.
Alright.
You have yourself a deal.
Deal.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You do this, right? And he reaches his hand out.
I'm gonna fist bump.
You turkey him.
He definitely flinches because you're coming out with a punching motion.
Oh no, it's like this, and I take his hand and like gently put it into a fist, and then like clomp ours together.
He's very confused, but he allows it.
It's a gesture of endearment.
It's a term of a sign of...
Okay.
Something for
Thank you very
something.
much. And he basically runs away.
We'll head out in the morning then.
Yeah.
Well, that was a cute little whippersnapper.
He'll
Yeah,
prob-
you gotta be careful around the young ones. They can be dangerous.
What do you mean?
They're
He's a
just
child.
like suspiciously cute. You underestimate them, and that's when they get you.
Mm.
These
Whoever
nomads
stuff.
seem like nice
Maybe
people.
I
though.
had a different childhood than you did.
Yeah.
No,
You got
that's
a lot going on there, don't you?
Alright.
that's how I got attacked by a rabid rabbit. Thought it was very cute, and it bit my finger almost clean off. Ah, good old day.
That's how they get you.
All right, so the meal comes to a close, kind of winds down. Many of the adults, including Bayou, stand up, start gathering the bowls
I
and
thought it was
simple
Boo
Booyoo.
Booyoo.
That's what I said.
The bayou.
Start gathering bowls and silverware. And as Booyoo stands up, many of the children start kind of calling after him to tell a story. And Booyoo mentions basically that there are responsibilities that must be taken care of, and he's an adult. But as he kind of turns to follow up on that, he's met with another man who smiles at him and kind of takes the bowls from his hand, gently kisses Booyoo on the forehead, and says, "You are the greatest storyteller in the village. Tell the children and our guests a story." And Booyoo basically rolls his eyes and turns to the kids. "What story do you want to hear?" And there's a bunch of ideas thrown out and a bunch of words, mostly words that you guys don't know. You're just like, what? And then you hear "O Devilon," and as soon as you hear that, everyone's like, kind of goes quiet for a second, and then all the kids start chanting it, "O Devilon, O Devilon," and Booyoo kind of just chuckles and nods, and then he sits down and starts to tell the story of the O Devilon. And I'm not going to use his accent because I don't... You know what? Fuck it, I'll do it.
How do you spell it?
Can I copy-paste it?
Copy pasta.
Copy-paste it in verbal because it's a story. Yes. The only thing older than the desert itself is the Odevolan. There was once a small desert here, home to one little scarab beetle. The beetle roamed across the sands, looking for something to eat. First, it crawled under a rock, where it found a centipede which lashed out and bit it. But the scarab survived and learned to protect itself from such poisons. Next, the beetle wandered to a watering hole. As it went into the water to drink, 2 hippos burst from the water, jousting each other with their massive jaws and throwing the beetle far from the water. But the scarab survived and grew a massive jaw to fight with. The beetle walked on, looking for a place to rest. The ground below it began to shake, and a thunderous sound came towards the beetle. A stampede of massive elephants ran over the beetle, but the scarab survived and increased in size so that it could not be run over again. With no food, no water, and no shelter, the beetle could barely carry itself any longer. Scorpions began closing in around it. One threw its stinger forward, but its poison did nothing. The next charged forward with its claws snapping, but the beetle threw it aside with its jaws. The final attempted to climb atop the beetle and attack from above, but it was too small. With its dwindling strength, the scarab defeated all 3 scorpions in a battle that ended in a small river. Finally, it had a meal and water. The scarab ate the scorpions and drank from the river until it dried up. With no shelter in sight, it dug under the sand to rest. When the great storms from the east wiped all life from these lands, all that was left was sand. Eventually, life returned, struggling to survive, and the scarab beetle emerged from beneath the sand, the only creature from an age past. In its sleep, it had grown. In this new era, it found itself to be a titan. Many unfortunate creatures filled its stomach before it took back to the sand for another extended slumber. The old Devilan sleeps deep within the sands. One day it will wake with a great hunger and devour this very village. And all the kids are like, "Ah!" and start freaking out. And they kind of like look at each other, and some of them even run away. And about the same time as he does this, one of the older boys in the back of the crowd kind of kicks up some sand, and a few more children even kind of like start screaming and jumping around. And Buyu laughs and kind of ends his performative seriousness. Eventually, the crowd starts to kind of disperse, go their way. So, what do you guys want to do?
Man, I wish every time we defeated something, we inherited one of their traits. That would make us really awesome.
Yeah. Because you soon start
Yeah.
sketching. Starts drawing up schematics for how he can incorporate a giant sea worm into his suit.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll work.
So what are you guys doing? It's
Well,
gotten to be pretty late at this point. Now it's now quite dark. Night has set in.
when did that kid want to go out again? Was that like any time?
He didn't really
Kind of
say.
just walked away. He
Yeah.
didn't say shit to it.
Yeah. He was kind of just like, it worked, and then got too scared and ran away.
Great. Very helpful. Very cool kid.
That was quite the tale.
Yeah. Let's hope it's a little more fiction than fact. I feel like these stories end up being true a little too many times. I feel like these things always end up being around.
All stories are rooted in some sort of truth, dude.
Yeah, far too often for my liking. Stories that way. Many wars come from that. Volcano. That was a story once. But anyway, I guess it's getting about dark enough to start moving if we wanted to.
No, we're not supposed to go at night. This isn't confusing.
But
We're resting for the night. We'll leave early in the morning.
okay.
Whispered Vespa, it's okay, he's old.
Where's my LaCroix? He kind of walks off.
Good night, Zoot.
Ah.
I feel like he walks away in his like little shits.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's like, wait, now where's my alcohol? I'm gonna go get ham.
My back hurts.
Oh, you think he doesn't have like his suit? Basically, in my mind, he's got like a really cushy like back pillow.
It constantly like excretes
pillow.
Ben Gay on him.
Yeah, it's got some icy hot. You know, it might not be canonical, but it's like he's made this suit comfy.
it's the fanfic. It's the fanfic.
Yeah, I'll write my own fan.
Oh god.
That's literally what Prospero does every
Oh,
session.
yeah, you're right. I can't take
No,
that
no,
away from
no, no. That's what Danielle does every session.
Yeah, that's true. Prospero does it.
What? Who's Danielle?
Prospero's just living the hot boy life. Apparently.
Living that himbo life.
He's such a himbo, and we love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think you're supposed to deny that part, but anyway. So you guys.
Though you don't know to deny it.
Yeah, fair. So you guys are gonna kind of go over to Buyu's tent whenever you're ready and go to bed, sleep, or whatever. I mean, I guess you just slept a couple hours ago.
Well, we didn't have to like sleep. It could have been a.
I heard sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping
You don't have to
now.
sleep this time.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep either.
Okay, so you guys just hanging out. Anything you guys want to do during the hours of the night?
Yes, is there a cactus nearby?
Make a perception check as you look around the village.
7.
7. There does appear to be one singular cactus not far out of the village.
I wanna go see if I can get hallucinatory water from it.
I feel like Gozak would go with you.
100%.
I feel like he would. So he's gonna go with you.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you gonna? You just gonna cut it open and drink?
I'm gonna I don't actually know. Like this is work IRL. If I just take my dagger and stab a hole into the center, that's where the water is, right?
They're relatively hollow, I believe. That's how it
Like
works.
a maple tree.
Yes. I tap the cactus.
Don't know.
All right. Sounds good. You cut it open.
I don't want to super damage the cactus. I'd like it to keep
Right.
living.
But enough to put a straw through.
Yeah.
Drink out of. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can do that. I'm sure Gozak could show you because everyone
Yeah.
knows Gozak's done this shit. This probably every Friday night or something. So
Probably.
you guys can drink some cactus juice, get a little fucked up.
So, do I see anything interesting?
Yeah, I would say you see clouds that are definitely not there and in very strange shapes. Gozak would suggest laying down next to the cactus and just letting it all happen.
Alright. We're just letting it all happen.
Definitely feel like you're surfing.
Oh, this is really cool. I feel like I'm floating a little bit.
Gozak would tell you to be cool.
Oh. Fuck you too then.
It'd be cool. Fuck you.
It won't be cool. Being cool is for lamos.
All right. Anything else?
No, I just want to get high.
Nice. Anybody else got anything?
No, Zeus just hanging.
Already.
Atticus is gonna write in his journal about this whole place and the people,
Ooh.
everything.
Fancy.
I'm journaling.
Journaling. Yes.
Prospero is going to, before bed, look for some desert critters
Okay. They have a couple of
to
animals.
hang out with.
Okay. Just hang out, chat them up. You know, as people do.
Prospero, look out. There's a really big one behind you.
Oh, I turn around.
One of the kids is like, "Why are you out here so late?"
Oh, I like to play with the animals, and I know that the animals in the desert tend to be nocturnal.
He looks at you like, you are a strange outsider. And then he runs off.
Bye.
Got dissed
Hey,
by
give me the lowdown on these cute animals.
I mean, they're just mostly they're just like pack animals. It's not particularly cute per se.
Jackalope.
Give me a jackalope. Come
A
on.
jackal. In their village?
Yeah, do they have a jackalope?
No.
Consolation Duck Bunny.
They do not have.
Duck bunny.
It's already canon.
I just start reading that second romance novel. I start rereading it to one of the animals.
Okay. I'll say they got a couple
then-
of kind of like rabbit-like animals though. Maybe not jackalope, but they also have a couple pack animals that are like mostly donkey or camel related. These camels are very chill, by the way, not as compared to Your camels. We're idiots. The city camels.
I haven't talked to them yet, so I wouldn't know.
Actually, you have.
Nay. When did you talk to them?
The other half of the video that I watched.
Oh,
Oh,
That's what happened.
unlucky.
It already happened. Alright, so you guys go to bed eventually. Doing your things. Go to bed. Or whatever.
sleeping,
Go to rest.
staying awake.
Next day comes 5, 6. How early do you guys want to leave?
5.
Whenever the kid gets here.
Okay. The kid came and met you eventually.
Perfectly.
You guys just heading out?
All part of the plan. Yeah, as long as it's okay with Gozik.
None of us are super great at the whole navigating thing, so probably best if you lead.
I know what to do. Don't worry.
Alright. Great.
Yeah, perfect.
And you guys start making your way out of the village.
Making my way.
Yep. And basically, as you kind of like just outside the village, say Pose is gonna keep walking, but Zozar is gonna stop you guys and say, he's overreacting, and we all know nothing is going to happen. This is going to be very easy, but my people do have one rule that you must know, and if a nomad dies, you have to look away. That is a rule that we have. Otherwise, I will not go any farther with you, and I won't let them take you. If you promise, then I will go.
Is there a reason
Just
why?
elaborate on that a little bit more.
No, it is a thing that my
Like,
people do.
Look away at the point of death, or just never look at the dead body, or
All of it.
like what happens if Prospero, our healer man, needs to look at the body so that it's undead? No, not undead, no longer dead.
None of that. No looking at it if it's going to die, or if it is dead, or if it has died.
Can we bury it but close our eyes?
If it happens, then I will have you go away, and I will do it myself.
Oh, so this is just an outsider thing.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the rule.
So
you have to
If
follow.
someone dies, and we don't have to deal with this.
It sounds. Well, I mean, I say we can at least agree to his customs, and then
I don't know. I don't like the idea of letting someone die if we can do something to prevent it.
well, I mean, we do prevent it. We just don't let them get to that point.
No, because if they're in the process of dying, you're not supposed to look. I'm very confused. Like, if you have a cut, and your cut gets infected and then you die, at what point do you stop looking at the person?
I feel like we're asking questions in circles.
No,
Oh, but
I'm
I do have
actually
another
very
question.
interested to know.
If someone is dying, while they die, you must look away. If they are hurt, you can heal them with your healing stuff.
Can you bring a dead person back to life if you keep your eyes closed?
He seems genuinely considering this. He's like,
That is something that we have.
we will figure that out when it happens.
No, it will not happen, and no one is dying.
Well,
alright, onward.
Yeah, that's fair. Onward.
Okay. Alright, so you guys continue on. Now, you guys walk on. And Sepose will tell you that it is going to be quite the walk. He does not share your distance measures, but he says it'll take you a while to get to.
Not I used to walk in a while, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just literally walked across the entire continent, so.
Only like half of it. But yeah.
Well, I mean, from Okay, maybe you could define the short ways, but we walked from Arkville to here. So,
Yeah.
that's pretty long.
Don't realize what we were using.
What?
We all didn't walk from here from Arkville. Never mind.
Anyway.
Raynor just sticks up his hand, like, awkwardly, like...
Okay, well, most of us did. I'm sure Renard's done enough walking in his day to be okay walking in the desert. Look at his snowshoes.
I wouldn't have came to the desert if I wasn't okay being in the desert. Like, I didn't think we were just gonna, you know, end up finding where we're going, so... Probably involved walking.
Seems silly to me.
So, what do you guys want to do while you're walking? Anything? As you're trudging through the endless sand.
I'm looking around, you know.
Make up her snaption.
Percy.
It looks like sand approximately everywhere.
Oh! Wow. That's profound.
You're welcome. Alright, so, as you're walking along, I suppose Pose will ask you guys, so what is the best story that you know?
He's the one you're gonna want to talk to.
Yeah, Zoot immediately just looks at Renard.
He's just like very confused, like why is everyone looking at him?
Raynor just cracks his fingers.
Be prepared to feel like extra healthy.
Do you have a story you'd like to hear? Like, or anything in particular? You know, probably,
I don't know
pulls out a bit
anything
in the
about.
desert.
I don't know very much about outsiders.
Well,
Just a few simple
correct.
things. Where are you from?
It's not really a story. It's just a statement.
It can be.
Nalia.
What is that?
Oh dear.
Oh,
Zoot
boy.
pulls out the map.
He'll definitely stop for this and get very distracted for a while.
Here
Oh
he is.
shit. Let's go.
Oh.
Hope you're watching the stream.
No,
the
you
whole
should
time.
probably come down from on top of the pyramid now.
Wait, no, I'd recommend just jumping. Don't worry about the alligators.
Hello, Henrich.
Hello.
I really thought for some, because obviously I'm in stream mode, so I don't have the notification when someone enters, and so I thought everyone was just real excited to go see the map. And I was like,
I forgot Henrich wasn't here, and I was like, wow, Go's been really quiet.
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
I
Go and Vesper just trip balls on cactus together.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
I was about to start a story, and I'm like, oh no, Henrich isn't here. He'd like this one.
And
Huh?
then-
And then, like, under 30 seconds later, he shows up. I'm like, oh,
Manifested.
Summoned.
he knew.
Oh, also when you pull up the map, he's gonna go, is this the Arkville you came from? And point at it.
Yeah.
That,
This is the, that's where we.
that looks like a far walk.
Yeah. Yeah, we also took like this route too, and then he'll show like the.
The whole thing. Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say we walked half the continent. But others might disagree.
So
I mean, Prospero is literally from like way up here, so in terms of who traveled the farthest to get
Oh, yeah.
here,
Prospero's the one that went far, not Go.
I mean,
he'll probably just fucking teleported himself with Daddy's money.
Zoo kind of gives like the not wrong, kind of.
I mean, I took a ship from Goral to Oakville.
Yeah, but we're asking how you got there.
Well, I got to Oakville with a ship that I sailed upon.
Oh, I must have misheard what you said first. My bad.
So what was the story you were going to say, Mr. Storyteller?
Let me put ice cream back here. It's gonna melt. Sorry. Also, way too
What
much
is
of this.
ice cream? What?
Certainly not a good treat in the
It's
desert,
certainly I was
Reynard.
gonna say. You're making a mess.
I'm surprised it made it this far, really.
Oh, I really just can't believe
Bag of
Renard right
colding.
now. Someone finally asked him for a story, and he runs away with ice cream. Just, like, imagine this ever happening to him again.
It won't.
He
Don't worry.
has been a bit off lately.
Yeah. When was the last time you even heard him play the hand? Didn't even play at the village yesterday. What's he doing?
I'm more concerned about his liver, frankly.
Great, you're muted. I can see your mouth moving, but
What the hell?
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Welcome back,
What? I said I was unmuted the entire time.
well,
liar.
that's how it do be.
I don't know. I say when he stops playing the handpan, because he like does it constantly. Like when he's just walking around, he'll do it like all the time, unless he like his ass is stopped to be stealthy. When we're walking around like under tunnels or whatever, he's playing the handpan. Walking in the desert, handpan.
Like right now, handpan.
On pan.
He was, but probably slowing a little bit to talk to the. Wait, which one I asked? I forget. Which name?
It was Safe Jose.
Safe was it? Okay. Um. So I would guess that you haven't spent too much time on the water or the ocean.
I have heard many stories of the ocean, but I've never been there. There is this one story about a giant whale that climbed onto the sand and it sort of, well, I guess it grew a shell and then it became a turtle and then joined back into the water and made more turtles. And then Zozar's like, who's been really quiet this whole time walking along, he's like, that was the worst telling you've ever done. That was just the worst version of that story. Keep going. to you, Reynard.
Oh, I would like to hear the full story of that one because that sounds cool.
I know. Just tell us your story.
So, this there's this place called well, this city, town area, in the Wicked Isle or near the Wicked Isles, and I'll point to it as, this place called Yar. It is a town of pirates, actually. Do you know what a pirate is?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, pirates are those people that ride ships and take out other people's ships and steal from them. Maybe go to towns and steal stuff. Well, this place Yar started many years ago. At first, it was just a nice location that was when some people decided to become pirates. They found this empty, nice large land, decided to take it. Eventually, other places, there's there's other places nearby that are options, but a little more dangerous for people away from boats. It's a fairly calm area comparatively. Oh, it was. So they decided to set up a place. This one pirate, I forget his name. It was a very long time ago, and then other people started hearing about, this person that just is like, I'm going to be a pirate and this is my land. And they go like, well, I want it. So eventually people started coming, kind of coming from all over. I know quite a few people came from Arkville. I think even some people were claiming that they were from Froxius and like sending from there. I don't know everywhere, but people from all over started coming and trying to claim this place as their own. They heard about this beautiful jungle in the back and everything, and when they came, well, the people didn't want to give it up, so there was a lot of fighting, hell of a lot of fighting. Lasted for years until one day, one of the ships showed up. I believe his name was Captain Grayshank, I believe. The Black Cauldron. Don't, yeah, Black Cauldron. He showed up and he's like, I'm not just going to take this land. I'm going to claim this land, and I'm going to claim like being the pirate lord, and you will all be my subjects. And everyone kind of was like, oh, okay, sure. And then they started murdering him all. He and his ships were absolutely the most terrible, terrifying fleet in the ocean, sinking dozens and dozens of pirates and losing one ship maybe. They're lucky. And eventually everyone's like, oh shit. So they actually fell into, line for pirates where they would pay them money, and they could at least visit Yar or whatever, or sail and be pirates. But this man took up the mantle as the pirate lord. Um, and there's been some other ones over the years. There's Seaward Bound and Down. I think that's. And there's been some other ones that have come and gone. Usually it's not. It's every now and then there's a mutiny and they actually are able to kill them. But usually there's a reason why these pirate lords are pirate lords. A lot of the times they've just absolutely, I mean, taken out villages or almost, almost taken out countries. Some people even say some of them are part of the reasons the near islands are broken apart is because there were giant fights over there. I don't believe that one. I mean, come on, why would pirates break up islands? It doesn't make sense. Or how? But they're just absolutely terrifying people, and they're usually led with a, quote unquote iron fist. And even out here, the oceans to the east, they would have control. Everything near Spirit, they had control of. Well, one of the legends right now is that I believe it's the Queen's Bane. Yeah, the Queen's Bane is the currently Pirate Lord. I don't know too much about the Pirate Lord, but I've heard they're just as terrifying to come across as any of them ever has been. But they don't. I've heard that people don't see him nearly as often as you'd kind of expect. Like not like he's like going around or anything. Oh, and my favorite part of the story is how this town was named Yar. So this is the best part. So whether there are all these people that going to fight and to take control of this land, not many of them shared a language, and this is years ago before Common was really developed. And eventually, one day, someone from I think it was Arkville, was sent to go ask about what the hell is happening there. One of the people in the the authority or whatever they call themselves. And they went and they showed up, and there's these all these pirates sitting around, and they can't really communicate with them very well, mixed languages or whatever, and they start trying to ask around like, well, what do you guys call this place and this and that, and just everyone's saying Yar, and it's bureaucrats and their stupidity. That's what he just thought that was the name of the country or land or city. Yeah, city. Apparently he didn't realize that's just was them trying to say like, I don't know what you mean. They didn't speak. I think it was Elvish at the time. Was the Arkville person they sent. So yeah, there's an entire land named after the fact that they just straight up didn't understand what they were saying.
Wow.
Wow, yar.
Yar.
Yeah.
Story.
It looks like
Do you
oh,
do you know what type of ship the Queen's Bane is?
No. I mean, isn't just ship a ship?
Well, it could be a boat.
no. I'm gonna stop that right here.
Oh. No, but like
What?
actually, I don't know ships. If it's a big vehicle or a big thing on the water, it's a ship to me. I've never even seen it, thankfully.
Why do you ask, Go?
Well, it just so happens the Nurslot's flagship is called the Queen's Bane.
Well, I'm pretty sure you generally don't have two boats named the same thing.
What?
I mean, it's a big world. That's kind of I would say it can happen.
What is a boat? I'm just kidding.
Hello.
I'm just kidding. I know what a boat is.
But you know what a ship is.
Yes.
Is your father a pirate lord, Go?
I mean, that's what the rumor mill that we've been traveling has been saying. So, pretty cool if true.
We should go visit y'all. For sure.
I'd love to go.
It definitely sounds safer if he knows the pirate lord than if no one does and he just kills us.
He doesn't just know the pirate lord. He's like the pirate lord's spawn.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but like, what if his dad's like, "Hey, prove yourself. Go kill a bunch of people, or fight the pirates or something."
Then you fight the pirate.
Well, is there? Well, I mean, I'm just asking. Like, is there a reason to go besides go? Dad might be the pirate lord. What if he isn't?
Then there's gold. Probably.
So you want to steal from the pirate lord?
I don't know, Zoo. It just sounded interesting, okay?
It could
Get
sound.
off your fucking high horse and have some fun.
It could sound interesting without saying, "Let's go steal from the extremely dangerous person that we just like established was like a pretty big threat."
You said he wasn't the pirate lord though, so you can't have it both ways.
I didn't say his dad wasn't the pirate lord.
Well, if my dad is the pirate lord, the Queen's Bane has a crew of about 200. So, we should probably avoid it if we don't
Well,
want to get sunk.
again, usually the pirate lords also had like other, not their own ships, but like other people that were part of their fleet, like loyal. Does that sound like something your dad has?
I mean, we were in charge of a large merchant fleet for a long time. Like, I'm a little out of the loop on family business.
Intentionally so, or just been
I
away
mean,
for a while?
I ask, and he's like, "Oh, I'll tell you later." You know?
Yeah, when you're ready to be welcomed into the family business of plundering and murder.
Late. Which, once again, if he is a pirate, very cool.
Very cool.
I think it's cool.
Well, if he doesn't murder me, I'd like to meet him. If he does, I probably wouldn't.
Oh, I won't look at you if he murders you.
I mean, everyone here but you has already met this pirate lord.
Oh yeah, that's a good
What?
point. We have, haven't we?
I mean, I don't know if meat is the right word, more like just like gawked on the side of the sidewalk as he walked by.
Yeah, he definitely kind of had the presence of what I'd expect a pirate lord to kind of have.
That means we pissed off the business partner of a pirate lord. Just so everyone, just bringing it back around.
Pirate lords can have a lot of business partners they don't like, I'm sure.
Are you just saying that because you're wearing the reason why we pissed off the business partner of the pirate lord?
I'm wearing one of the reasons pissed off the partner of the pirate lord. Not all of them. These were group decisions.
Well, most of the group apparently.
Yeah, Renard has his hands clean on this, but
Alright.
just because there was something out there and I wanted it, doesn't mean that it was solely mine to take.
No, but it does seem like then it's okay.
It seems like what? Then it's okay?
As long as you're getting something out of it, it's okay, but otherwise, no, you shouldn't steal from the pirate guy.
My reasoning for not stealing from the pirate guy is how big was that crew? 200?
Yeah.
On his own personal ship, and that's it. I'm saying I don't want to pick a fight with a man that's got like more people than the years I've been alive.
And I'm saying you might already have.
Well, if he's a pirate lord, he's probably killed also more people.
We didn't steal anything. We chose not to hand in what the man asked for.
We reneged on a deal that we made. Because someone else offered more money. Or something. We said we would get something, and then we said, oh wait, no, never mind.
I'm legitimately having trouble remembering whether or not we made that specific deal or if it was investigate plus see if you can recover something.
It was a little open-ended.
Yeah.
But mostly because you guys opened the end. It was pretty much implied. Is what I would say. They were like, go investigate. I don't remember exactly if they said, bring us what you found, like what you find. I think they might have said something very similar, if not that. But
okay.
If they didn't, it was heavily implied. And then Tim walked in.
Tim what?
That damn smile.
How could he?
I wouldn't worry about it too much. Like, y'all can go back to fighting after this, I don't care, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. We didn't expressly screw my dad over, we screwed over one of his business partners. Which I'm sure he does daily. So, I wouldn't be too worried if I were you.
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
I'm not worried either. I didn't do anything.
Oh, well, you've done plenty, you just didn't do anything in this instance.
I would say my conscience is pretty clean.
Okay, fair enough.
That just means he doesn't feel bad about the things he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I didn't do anything I feel bad about.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's exactly what that means. But,
Are you guys friends?
you know, it's a good question.
Or do
Some
you
of
just
us
travel
are.
together?
I think I'd classify a lot of the group as my friend.
I think we're more of an old married couple.
Well, hold on a second. Zoot, does that mean you classify some people as not your friend?
Looks at Supposi. Or what's it? How do you say his name?
Suppose.
Suppose.
It's like
Suppose they.
Suppose say.
Say pose.
Suppose you say.
Yep.
True.
Like,
You could just talk to
supposing-
Zozar if you want. That's easier to say.
I want you to answer Reynard's question.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Alright, I don't want to be your friend either then. Okay.
I didn't mean to
Robin.
start some sort of turmoil.
Oh no, all of our relationships hang from a fairly tenuous thread. It's all right.
Yeah, we'll be okay tomorrow. Probably.
You know, Zozar and I have been friends
I
since
don't
we
know.
were very young. And he is always happy to see me. And he turns around and Zozar's like... it's very like, I'm here. Whether I like it or
What
not.
a good friendship you have.
Suppose I kind of laughs. So you guys walk on, continue going for your 3 or 4 hours. And when you stop, suppose I will say, do you guys want to stay here for the day, or do you want to keep going?
Well, guy says it's really bad to walk during the day.
Definitely not suggested, but it is possible.
I mean, if they know where we're going, I don't think it should be that big an issue.
Oh, well, I assumed the issue was the sun, but if you're okay with it.
Well, I mean, yes, wandering the desert for an additional amount of time under the heat of the sun is a bad thing. But if they know where we're going, it kind of mitigates the risk.
Let's get hot then.
Classic.
Yeah, sure.
Both the two boys will kind of like cover themselves up a little more. You know, just kind of like double check, make sure they're all properly wrapped up and such.
You know, something that's never made much sense to me is that when you're in the desert and it's really hot, you're supposed to cover up, even though when you get hot, it makes more sense to just like take everything off.
Sunburn.
You don't have to ask me twice. Prospero starts taking off his
Yeah,
shirt.
Prospero, you
No one asked me
definitely
once.
did not trip.
My torso is bare and beautiful.
Gonna hurt in the morning.
That is not a good idea.
I'll put it over my head, don't worry.
Prospero, if I'm covering up my tits, you can cover off your torso, so come on.
Ugh, I thought I was doing you all a favor. Fine. I put my shirt back on.
You can't hurt anyone if you like die of heat exhaustion and sunburn.
Fair, fair. You know, I just like to air out the biceps and everything from time to time. Gets a bit stifling in there.
Alright, so you guys continue on through the heat. It does get quite warm, obviously. To the point where you guys should all make a con save for me.
Ugh. But I have clothes.
But I hope 'cause none of the other two die.
Now,
Yeah.
I am wearing clothes designed to be worn in the desert in the day.
True. Go ahead and we'll go. Why not roll with advantage? You guys set yourselves up for it.
I am wearing clothes that are similar to clothes that are designed to wear in the desert during the day, but are not clothes designed to be wear in the desert during
I'm
the day.
wearing
Anyone that
black.
has proper desert clothing.
Yeah.
That was
Desert,
the wrong key.
desert garb, you might say.
More like
Alright.
desert turbo.
So
You 7. No, you.
Press
Nice.
the wrong key.
So,
Sorry.
Prospero and Vesper, you guys are feeling very warm.
Yeah, I'm super hot. I get it.
There you go. However you want to say it. Everyone else feels alright. I mean, obviously it's still really warm, but you guys are covered up properly. You know, you're walking along, staying hydrated, all that good stuff. By the end of the day, you guys find a place, and by a place, I mean you just pick a spot in the sand.
Wait, did anything happen because we got really hot?
Well, not yet.
Oh,
Oh
that's
boy.
ominous.
Yeah, it's good. So, yeah, you guys pick a spot and start making a loose camp. Say Jose and Zozar will do the same. Anything you guys want to do as you're camping down?
Wait, suppose I and Zozar can fit in the dome, right? Come on, it's a snuggle party.
But before I allow them in the dome, I wanted to know for sure how the dome works for this many people, Alex.
What do you mean?
How does everyone fit in this 10-foot radius dome?
Oh, just a bit snuggle. I mean, that's a decent amount of space. Not as bad as you think, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, you just, like, you don't have a root, like a bedroom to yourself or anything. That's pretty much it. You're just a little closer. It's not like, I mean, it's not like weird or nothing. I don't know.
I think you're, you know, I'll make a sketch up. I got this.
Great. What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Can you go to a normal map, please?
No. What do you mean a normal map? What's wrong with this map?
It doesn't have the
Just a
5x5
yeah, just
grid.
5x5 grid. Thank you.
I mean,
But I will let them snuggle up.
whatever. All right, cool. So they join you. Is anyone keeping watch as you guys are sleeping or not sleeping?
The first watch.
Okay.
So I think I normally do first watch.
Sounds good.
I'd say resting,
That's a
but not
10
sleeping.
foot diameter, not radius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, double that.
Bruv, what you doing, mate? Crackerjack looking ass.
He's trying to figure out shapes.
Go with the one that doesn't have a corner.
It usually fits in the round hole.
What?
Generally. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, I guess it can fit in the square hole, too. Shit.
Oh, that reminds
Me of that one video, Alex. where-
It's like this girl. Yeah.
Is so good. So she's just like, oh, it's so perfect. I love it so much. Anyway, obviously the stream knows it. Yeah, the viewers, everyone in the chat right now knows it. Here you go. Oh god, I hate it. All right. So you guys settle down the dome. Vesper, you are feeling very warm, and you are like a little restless almost to the point where you want to just like walk away. And this is considering you are in a conditioned space or whatever. It is, what is it? What's the wording? Comfortable and dry. But despite that, you are still feeling fairly warm as you were sleeping. Prospero, you are not getting very good sleep. And Vesper, you do notice that Prospero is rolling around quite a bit. Not feeling amazing. And naughty.
Great.
Can I, like, take like a piece of my dress, rip off a piece of it, and like put it in water and just like put it across Prospero's forehead?
Sure. You know what? Make a medicine check. Yeah.
I'm so good
What
at
are
these.
those? No one ever rolls those.
I don't know what my medicine modifier is, because no one ever rolls these. 12.
12, okay. Alright, so Prospero settles down a little bit as he's slumbering. Prospero, you fall into a bit of a deeper sleep after Vesper kind of tends to you. Half the night goes by. Vesper, you begin to go to sleep and begin struggling through pretty much the same kind of thing.
Can I do the same thing to myself?
Yes.
No.
I mean, you can
Maybe
like
not.
start sleeping with one, but you can't like change it and pat yourself as you're sleeping.
Yeah, that's true. It's fine. I'll just sleep.
But Gozak, you wake up and chill, looking out the opaque dome, the double tinted windows. I guess is the worst way ever to describe it, but also
Can't you
not
see
wrong.
out, but people can't see
Yeah, well,
in?
it's like it's shaded, so you can see out. People can't see in, but you can see out, but it's not bright. Which is like I said, the double tinting is pretty much the worst way to say it.
Okay.
But it is technically kind of not wrong. But Gozak, nothing happens as you are sleeping. You are chilling. Everyone gets a long rest. Vesper, you do not have a great night's sleep, and you get your long rest, but you wake up with a point of exhaustion.
Sure.
Which Prosper does not, because you are too good to him.
Just looking out.
To be fair, he will probably do the same thing to you, but he sleeps a full night, so.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
That's a lot.
Alright, so you guys are getting up for the day. The dome goes away before Grant can figure out how it works, and you guys continue on the road.
Oh, so this is if it's like a 7 by like 2 person.
Yeah,
It's nice and tight.
that's pretty good. I mean,
Or 6 by 2. So this is like average-ish person.
to be fair, like, most of you are fairly small, you know? Like, I
Yeah,
know...
and except when they're suffering from heat exhaustion, Prosper and Vesper are definitely cuddling most of the time.
Checks out.
As friends.
Checks.
As
Yeah.
friends.
Just friends.
Platonic. Yeah.
Mutual cuddling.
Just to make sure that they can stay warm in the desert.
Yeah.
I mean, deserts get cold. It's dry. So you guys wake up the next day. Say pose.
Oh, wait, don't we wake up? Wait, no, we did walk through the day. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so confused on days.
Yeah, so you guys have woken up, and it's like I assume you're waking up early-ish in time for like a dawn travel. So we'll say
Yeah.
like 5 or 6. We'll say 6.
Yeah.
6 a.m. Say Jose will begin leading the way, and he will say when you guys wake up and are getting ready, he goes, I think we are about halfway there. Maybe a little more. And he's like trying to do like mental math.
Well, are we halfway to Va, or are we halfway
Oh, no.
to the beach?
Halfway to the beacon.
Yeah, and then after that, it's like the same distance, but keep going.
Oh,
So we're halfway to halfway.
We're halfway to halfway.
Isn't that just a third?
Pretty sure it's the fourth.
Thank you, Atticus. Thank you
But
for that.
I will pull
That's
out
a
my
check mark.
arithmetics book later.
That's a check mark.
Atticus studied a lot, but he never touched math. Let's just say that.
That's why you twin all your spells. Like you forget how to like just do one. You always end up with.
With this, I can hit 3 people. All right, so you guys continue on. Anything you guys want to do during today's travel? At least for the first 4 hours.
Atticus is gonna try to figure out how to twin a fireball.
Okay.
Does that involve casting it?
Yeah, true. How far do you want to take it?
It just launches. Why are there so many craters of like burnt sand? I don't even know if sand can burn.
If you burn it hot enough, it turns into glass. Sort of.
Prospero.
Glass desert.
Prospero.
Sorry.
Prospero.
He was just absorbed in his smut.
Do you have any like magic that makes people feel better?
Oh, do I? Yes. Quite. I'm just a bit out of it with the heat, you know.
Yes, I know.
But I feel much better for some reason. I don't know why. Let's try this on for size. Wait, lesser
Hold the
restoration won't help, will it?
I can't remember.
I think it's greater that does.
Yeah, the greater that does exhaustion.
I don't go that.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah,
Just a little bit more tired than usual today.
Well, let me,
Vesper definitely looks like out of sorts, maybe a little sweaty.
Can I
That's
create
better than
water?
glistens.
You can create water if you want. So can Zoot.
Yeah.
I want to create some. And I have a jar. I'm gonna create it and put it in the jar.
So the Greek
And-
water make like a lot of water if you want to.
You can put what you can catch in the jar.
Yeah. I'm gonna catch it in the jar and say, Vespa, do you mind if I pour this over you?
You can have-
Please do.
I dump it over her head.
Okay.
Gently dumping.
Gently dumping.
Zoo
Mhm.
looks over at the kids. I want to see what their reaction to this is.
Nope, just doing my healer thing here. No need to watch.
They're just like kind of walking along. I assume this is why you guys are going. So they're just kind of focused on paying attention to what's ahead of them. Zozar probably peeked over like, these outsiders are very weird.
No reaction to dumping all that water.
Any better?
Apparently they missed the part where the water just randomly spawned and then...
I mean, it felt good, but I still feel pretty shit.
Hmm.
It's
Pretty
alright.
Let
It's
me
fine. I think I just have like a bit of a headache.
Well, do you want water to drink then?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Maybe you're
hydrated, and if I
dehydrated,
keep
yeah?
drinking water, I'm gonna have to pee a lot. So it's just like, you know, it's fine. I'll survive.
Oh dear.
Alright, you guys continue going on. Anything you guys want to do as you're heading along besides that, obviously?
No, I don't think so. I think we're good.
Alrighty. So you guys travel on for most of your dawn time. Once again, they will kind of ask you if you want to go ahead again. They seem fine. They said they're okay with it, as long as you guys are. But they kind of point out Vesper and just like, you do not look good. Are you sure that you want to continue?
I'm okay. Don't worry about me.
Do you are you tired of walking? Do you wish to be carried?
I'm fine. I don't want to really put that burden on anyone else.
Oh, it would be no burden, as I am quite a strong specimen.
Aw.
I could also make you a bird and you can just fly ahead and just wait for us.
That's interesting.
I scowl at Rainer.
But I'm okay to just walk. I don't really like the idea of like turning into other creatures.
Or I thought it was just the ape.
No, it's just like things in general. Kind of like me and my own skin.
Well, I mean, do you want to ride one of the camels? Isn't that part of the reason why we
Yeah,
have them?
I'm fine walking, guys. Come on, like,
don't
stop
think
making
she's fine
such
walking.
a big deal out of it.
Yes, guys, she's fine walking. Everyone needs to relax.
I'll just like cover up better today, you know, like protect the head.
Do you want to use my shirt as a veil?
No, because you have to use your own shirt on you.
Well, I
Prospero,
have a hat.
trying
I
to
bought a
get
hat
naked.
when we were in town. I bought a hat, so you could have my hat, or you could use my shirt as a veil.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Suit yourself.
Alrighty, so you guys walk on. You get through a decent amount of the day. You know, stopping at decently regular intervals. to take drink breaks and just, have a sit down. But you guys make it through, probably into the early afternoon or so, before you arrive at another similar looking pillar. This one a little bit taller than the last, considering the fact that it is kind of like lower on a dune, basically. So it's about 15-ish feet up. And Sip Jose goes, all right, this is the spot where I need to... and he looks around a little nervously all of a sudden, like, feel free to keep
climb
watch.
it. I can climb it for you.
I can climb it.
Okay.
And he, like, starts climbing in his back. I meant to say pack or bag, but I said neither. I said both.
Big pack.
His pack is like kind of slung over his shoulder around his waist a little bit as he starts climbing his way up. He's fairly deft. Looks like he's doing a pretty decent job of it. Surprisingly swift for his small size and young age. But once atop, he kind of pulls out something from his bag. Looks like a very similar object to what you had seen before, and replaces it in the top of the pillar after taking out the old one, which he also puts in his bag. And then it comes back down. And he just kind of stands there for a second. He's like, well, I guess that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And he all of a sudden looks a little sad.
That's all right. Could have been different.
So the village Va is this way, and he points off in one direction, and he starts giving you guys tips, kind of ways to help you navigate your way through the deserts, giving you some kind of stars to follow and some certain things that you'll see along the way that means you're going the right direction, a river, and so on. And at the end he goes, well, I guess this is goodbye then. Thank you for helping me, as always. I am appreciative of you coming with.
Something attacks him on his way back.
Well, are you sure you're safe to go back alone?
I am not alone. And Zolzar's like, hello?
Well, like the two, I know, but the two of you alone, do you have weapons? Do you know how to fight?
Zolzar basically kind of like shrugs. He's like, I mean, we came this far and I knew it was not going to happen. The same will be true on the way back. Thank you for your help.
All right.
Zolzar says, and he kind of like nods.
No one died, see?
It is a precaution, tradition for our village and our people, the Nomads.
Understand, but better to get you back alive.
He rolls his eyes. And they start heading off in the other direction, back to away.
Back to Hawaii.
Back to away. No. Oh, by the way, I never typed that one. It's away.
Oh, that.
So, what are you guys doing?
Both head towards Ma.
Let's va.
Let's
It's
vamo.
the city with the person who knows about the paper dragon, and I swear to God, if we get there and the person's actually somewhere else, I'm gonna cry.
Alright, so whoever is leading the trek to Va, go ahead and make a survival check with advantage because you were given directions.
Maybe the paper dragon was the friends we made along the way.
Dude, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the bright side here, Vesper.
What?
You didn't hyphen joke it.
Oh,
Alright, so Gozak leads you.
Oh, you're right.
Could have done that.
My bad.
Don't you usually wait to find the bright side on stuff when, the bad side like after you kind of get there and kind of goes wrong, not before.
Well,
Like-
to be fair,
We're just on the walk there. Why do we have to look on the bright side? It's like
Sky's pretty bright. Just look up.
hyphen joke.
Hyphen joke.
Okay, so are you guys traveling through the day or through the night or anything on the way to Va from the pillar?
Didn't we already like travel through the day today?
Yeah, but you made it not too late, so I didn't have you do a check.
Well, they gave us things to look out for, right?
Right, yeah.
Did they give us stuff to look out for more at day or at night?
Probably more, well, a little bit of both actually. So you can use
Help.
some stars to direct yourself. I mean, I would say more at night would be like, this is the direction we're supposed to go. You know, like a double check, like, all right, we're going that way. And then by day, you actually use
okay.
like things to look for. So I guess night, write yourself, and then when you wake up, you can start going kind of thing.
I suppose we can travel through the day.
Alrighty, so go ahead and make a con save for me, everybody, please. With advantage. If you have the proper gear.
Ooh. God damn.
I'm pretty sure I failed again.
Yikes.
Got an 8.
Now we're not going to be traveling at day.
I think I move slower now.
Well, you would, because you would sleep off the first one eventually.
Oh, okay. So I'm still just perpetually at one point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So you guys make it through the first day, making your way along. Gozak is leading you. And then the second day comes around of now traveling beyond the pillar towards Va. And this is what the roll is for, because it doesn't really matter what you roll on the first one, because nothing's going to happen, so you just sleep it off anyway. So today is now the 10th, and you guys are arriving fairly early. We'll say like 10 a.m. To the village of Va, which is tucked into a bit of a cliffside. Not as much, obviously not even close to the cliffsides that you guys saw in the mountains. It's just kind of an up and down landscape here, a little bit tougher and rougher in terms of like rockiness than the sand that you've walked through mostly so far. Cliffside's maybe 50, 60 feet tall. Set at an angle, made of reddish, kind of this reddish brownish stone, maroon sort of color. And in the perfect position to capture as much shade as possible is a series of homes. These are not made of tents, and again, it's like set at an angle, so it's kind of under the cliff, or at least close to me under it. These are not made of tents, or they are not tents made of tents. I don't think that's how you say it. They are kind of dried grass roof and sort of simple paneled wall. And there's some animals here as well, similar to behind you in OA. Looks a bit larger overall. The people here are similar looking. They're all kind of 3.5 to 4-ish feet tall. You do not see, again, similar to OA, you do not see inns, bars, stores, any sort of that sort of thing. Though there is a large open sort of communal looking space. And in that space, you guys see a bunch of objects that look to be basically shared, like laundry barrels, tools, all sorts of things like that can be reused and shared. And as you guys are walking in, unless you guys have anything you want to do upon approach, I guess.
Gotta kick down the saloon door.
There's no saloon.
But
but
Kind of salute.
in spirit, you kick down the saloon door. You are greeted by a woman who has kind of a jug of water up on her shoulder. Very black hair that tumbles from her head. That is mostly covered for the most part. She wears white clothing. Kind of waves at you guys and introduces herself. And she says, "Hello, my name is Dahlia. I live here in Va. I suppose you outsiders have not been here before. I've never seen you. Welcome." And she does like a kind of a curtsy. She's still carrying this giant jug on her, so it's like even more impressive in that way. Is there anything I can do to help you?
looking for someone
Uh, d-
who would be an excellent storyteller, particularly in matters of a dragon made of paper.
and she thinks for a second. We have a lot of good storytellers here.
He
I-
would be an
Reynard's
elder
eyes
in the
light up.
village.
What do you say, Raynard?
Reynard's eyes light up there.
She goes, I believe the one you're looking for is, Gij. He's, and she, like, kind of makes this face, like, a very, like, little bit serious, and then goes, I'll take you to him, and nods.
Can I insight check her
Yeah, go for it.
with disadvantage?
Oof.
10.
Oh, yes. So, I guess I never formally said it, but Raynard, Raynard and Vesper currently at exhaustion. She, you said 10, right? She just has, like, that one moment of, like, a little bit seriousness. You're not really sure why or, like, what exactly it is, but she obviously, like, once she connected it to be like, this is probably who they're talking about, then she kind of was like, oh. And then she kept going. Not really sure why, but there was definitely some sort of moment there. But she seems nice, as far as you can tell. A little quiet, but she will lead you through the town a little bit. And again, most of the village just kind of looks your way, or comes your way at least. Unlike in OA, you do not get handed many small gifts and trinkets, but you are met with generally warm smiles and kind greetings as you kind of walk through. But eventually she stops in front of a particular house. And this house, as with every other house that you've kind of walked past and seen, does not have a door. So she pokes her head inside, and you kind of hear her ask if it's all right to enter. By the way, this is her name. And some brief back and forth a little bit, and then you hear her say, "May we see him? There are outsiders here." And then she comes back out a second later and nods and kind of waves towards you guys. Or waves you toward her, sorry.
Yes.
They said it is okay to come see him.
Alright.
Inside.
In we go.
Alrighty. The interior of this house is fairly plain. There's a small shelf, mostly covered with toys and dishware. There's a little cooking fire over which you see a teapot. There's a very short table surrounded by kind of like seating mats, basically. Sitting on the table is a cup of water. Nearby is a man laying on a bedroll. He looks very old, so does the bedroll, to be fair. But the bedroll seems to have been reinforced, with layers of blankets and sheets and such. The man is propped up. His head is propped up with several pillows, and a woman sort of grabs the cup from the table, kneels down beside him. She looks older as well as the man, I should say. And she sort of feeds him relatively emotionlessly, and sort of gently feeds the water into his mouth. He does not seem to be moving. His eyes are closed. And Delia says, that is his wife, Sadi. She's very kind, one of the nicer elders in the town. And this lady doesn't seem to be hardly paying any attention to you. She's kind of like going through the motions, this process that it seems like she's kind of on autopilot for some reason. But Delia kind of says, Gij fell ill some time ago. It's been over a cycle since his eyes were last open. They tried to kill him, but she's basically feeding him so that he can be happy while he goes.
Question. Sorry, just like, so we just came from OR, and they have this like custom where you're not supposed to like look at someone when they're dying. Does that apply here too, or I'm just trying?
Oh,
That's for Nomad.
these are nomads as well.
Okay.
Yes, that is. I'm glad that you know that. He likely will not. Well, I suppose that he could leave now. But he's been going for a while, and I don't imagine that now is the exact moment.
It'd be against your customs or disrespectful if I tried to heal him using magic.
I don't think so. And she sort of like turns to the lady who looks at you and just says, "You may try."
First, do you know what caused the illness?
He is an old man. There is many reasons that could have happened to him.
But he didn't encounter something and was cursed, perhaps.
No, they think it is some sort of illness. But we tried to cure him before, and then nothing worked.
Let me give this a shot. Do we have 10 minutes?
By all means.
Okay, I'm gonna pray to heal that boy.
Alrighty. So you sit down for 10 minutes. Is everyone else chilling in here for the 10 minutes, or what do you guys want to do?
I'm chilling.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty.
what are we gonna do? Walk outside and kick rocks around for 10 minutes?
You can't kick rocks instead.
I don't know if it works,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna walk up and like kind of like put arm on the shoulder to Prospero and say, "You got this." And give him a bardic inspiration, because I don't remember if it works or not.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bud?
Thanks, bruh.
Thank you, mate.
Prosper, you okay? Alright, so 10 minutes goes by, Prosper. You release the spell, you feel it take effect. Doesn't seem to change.
Jeej, can you hear me?
His eyes are still closed.
Do you feel any better?
Can you try to can he squeeze a hand or anything?
I'll hold his hand.
For a second, you think you feel something, but it doesn't seem like he's reacting.
Can, do you know anything about the paper dragon?
He's not. Prosper, you gotta leave him be.
I just want to see if something interesting might arouse him, you know?
No response.
That doesn't do anything? Okay. Can I do a medicine check to see if he's, like,
Yeah.
deady?
Go ahead. Oh, shit, that's a high number. Your medicine number is dummy thick. He's definitely not dead. And something about it just seems like he's just stuck in this state. Like, something about it, he seems like... You're not sure if it's, like, some weird curse or, like, some weird illness you've never seen before, but he seems like he's effectively in a coma. Definitely breathing. Seems slow.
Maybe the lesser restoration thing will work.
See, I'm thinking either that or remove curse. I'm not sure which one. Which of these things that I know how to do
Try
would be better.
both.
Wait, I mean, I think does lesser restoration do diseases?
It does conditions like paralysis. So we'll try that one first. Let me restore you lesserly.
Okay, you lesser restoration. Does not seem to do anything.
A
Yeah, forget about it.
question.
Yes.
Since we're going down the curse route, as someone who has previously been cursed, is he wearing any weird jewelry or stuff that's like pulsing or
Oh,
anything like that?
why didn't we think of that? Go ahead and make a perception or investigation, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um,
So it does one disease or one condition, being
Right.
like poison, paralysis. Okay. We'll just- mm,
8.
8. You do not see anything on him. He does not seem like he has a necklace or watch. You know, like any sort of things on his wrist. Nothing on him. No weird belt. He's
Any ice on that wrist?
sawed.
Body, actually, that's the wife.
Yep. I hate it. Okay, so you do not see anything, Vesper.
And you try the other one.
Alright. Try to remove curse.
Alright, you cast remove curse. Release the spell. Doesn't seem to be a change.
You are a demanding one indeed, aren't you, old man? Whew.
Do you recall what he was doing on the day that he fell into this illness?
He was not doing anything different than what he normally did. He likes to take walks around the village, visit his grandchildren, our grandchildren. I do not think he went anywhere, or even really saw anyone new. He was always very outgoing. He liked to talk to people. But I don't...
Have you had any other outsiders visit?
Not for quite some time, when I was younger. People don't come around this way very often.
Reynard or Atticus, is there any way you can tell if it's like magical?
Well, probably.
I'm gonna put my hands over him and roll an Arcana check,
Check magic.
Okay.
and he can do that.
And you detect
Kind of a
Arcana.
holistic thing.
No, just kidding. Okay, you cast Detect Magic. You don't sense anything here, necessarily. Nothing except for, obviously, you guys. What you have on ya. Atticus, you try to sort of look at him, looking for weird signs of any sort of, magical effect or the lingering side effects of some sort of magical thing going on. Doesn't seem particularly like there's no like weird scorch marks on him or anything of that sort, nothing, no weird glyphs or symbols. And Sadi kind of sighs and she just goes, perhaps it is just his time.
Can I take her hands if she'll let me?
Sure.
And just like I'm so very sorry. This. I can't imagine how tough this is.
It's been some time that he has been trapped in this state. I came to peace with it.
Do we know if he's a willing creature? I guess we already did remove curse, and that's for a willing creature.
I would say, yeah.
I have one more trick, perhaps. I'm going to just touch my hand to his shoulder and try freedom of movement.
Hey, who knows? Okay. You cast that spell on him. He seems the same.
God damn it! Damn it! I really thought it was the. I'm so sorry.
The blanket's not as tight around him. No, I'm just kidding.
Would you like to tell us about him?
He was very kind man. I met him a long time ago, when we were children. Not very large village that we live in, but he was just always willing to talk to people. He was very good at listening to stories and very good at telling them, especially as he grew older. And he was good to our children, to our children's children. My granddaughter, she is very, very attached to him. She does not, possibly the only one who has not accepted what seems to be coming. But he was always the first to help, and anybody that needed it. He was strong too. Helped people build their homes when they needed it. He probably remembered more stories than I ever even knew. He's somehow, almost every story he heard was just locked into his mind. It's like a...
Do you have a favorite?
I don't even know where to start. Too many. Well, he liked to tell a story of how we met as I guess a brag. That was my favorite. But
Sounds like a wonderful man.
the wifey?
Mhm.
Why did you come seeking, Jij?
We had heard from Uyu in Oa that he might know a story that we're seeking. So I suppose we came to listen.
Well, it seems you came to the right place. Unfortunately, not at the right time, maybe. And she seems like she's a little bit like kind of tearing up. It is okay.
I wish there was something that we could do for you.
Time is the hardest thing to take on out here in the desert. There is a lot, but time always wins. Do not worry. Thank you for your kindness and your attempts. And she like pats your hand. And Dahlia will say, perhaps we should leave them.
Oh,
Prosperous has yeeted, but as the rest of you are kind of making your way outside, you are approached by a young girl. Maybe like, 15-ish, kind of in age looking. Short hair, kind of a messy bob-like thing of brown, dark brown. And she just kind of addresses you very forwardly. She's like, "Outsiders, you came looking for my grandfather
Yes.
because you wanted to hear the story of the paper dragon.
Yes.
He is the only one that knows it. The only nomad, possibly the only person ever. Without him, that information is lost." And
He
then
never told you the bedtime story.
not in a... He told me many times. Well, enough times, but I don't have the
Hard to
memory
tell it like
that he
him.
has. Yes. And she like kind of looks around a little bit and like takes a few steps away from the tent or the house. I think I know what to do to help him.
Oh,
They won't listen to me.
What do you need to do?
There is a story of a different story, the one that I do know. They don't think it will work. The others. Here, come here. I will tell you. And she kind of like gathers you around. I guess Prospero's still off doing his thing, which I will answer your message in a minute.
Sure.
I was like, wait, who was that? That was you, just being weird. Super weird. And by the way, as you do step away, Dahlia basically offers that you can stay with her and her sister, and she'll point off to her house, and basically says, "Come when you're ready. You know, we'll have some food for you." But as you leave, this girl, and this girl gathers you up. She basically says, "Why don't we walk to the end of the village? Actually, do you mind?"
can I insight check this girl?
Go for it.
Yeah. Why do we need to walk away?
Anyone that wants to, go for it.
16.
Mm-hmm.
With disadvantage.
Oh, I didn't roll my 8 with disadvantage. Hold on. 8
Oh
still.
God, those numbers. They're all so low. She seems legit.
Here you go. Happy to help.
16 seems legit too.
Stealth? I'm gonna message you.
Okay.
Well, I'm
It's a nat 1 regardless. I hit the wrong button.
I'm still gonna ask her like, well, why do we need to go to the edges?
I'm going to tell you a story. It is better if we are there. This is where... Well,
Yes, I understand, and I'm asking you why it's better.
because the story is from far beyond the village.
So are we.
Okay. Does that make it
Yeah.
bad?
No, but we're in the middle of the village and nothing bad is happening. So why can't you just tell us here?
Well, you came from far outside the village and nothing happened to you. On the way here?
I am not the person to ask that.
She just kind of like glares at you a little in a very teenage girl kind of glare, like grr. And she says, "My name is Amma. I will do my story here then if it is such a problem for you. Gij is my grandfather. He's a great man and does not deserve to be left. The village has left him to die. They stopped trying to fix him. He still holds on. Do you think there is a reason he would not have let go if not for some sort of purpose? He was a great storyteller, perhaps the best that I've ever known. He's respected in the community. I don't understand why they won't just help him. and she like kind of stops herself to calm down for a second. And she points basically just out into the desert. She says, kind of takes a deep breath, calms herself. The emotions that were building, she lets them fade a little bit. The desert was once grass and trees. The dunes that shift with the wind were once hills, home to many animals and creatures. Most of these creatures were born here. They drank from the same watering holes as their parents and their parents' parents. They walked the same trails and fed from the same fields. They even nested the same grounds for generations. In one small forest, there was a family of creatures from far away. They were from a distant realm, I think. They plucked berries together, they danced around fires, and played silly tricks. That was until something happened to them. A terrible beast, the head of a dog and the body of a person, began roaming the lands. He destroyed everything he came across. His every footstep caused the grass to curl and die, leaving only sand where he had been. He roamed the lands for many cycles, turning all the fields into desert. That is all but one. These creatures, they used magic to keep their forest from dying. Even as other families of these kind of creatures fell and perished, this family survived. They had the secret weapon, the Zara flower. The creature attempted, the bad one, the evil creature, attempted to cast its dark power over the woods, but could not destroy it, for the Zara flower protected and gave life. These creatures defeated the bad, evil creature and dedicated themselves to protecting the special plant. Unfortunately, after a while the creature returned, stronger and more determined than before, but again it was defeated until it returned again. The elders say that the story represents the desert itself. The rivers and the oasis provide us with life while the harsh desert tries to take it away. But I don't think so. I think it is real, and I think I know where it can be found. And if you go, you can convince them to give you a petal of the flower. I can make it into tea and give it to him, just like my grandma. And we can help him. I can't go out there because I know that it's a bad idea for me. But you are outsiders. You go out and do things from all sorts of the world places. And I can tell you where to go. If you will just go and look for it.
What's my insight check doing?
Go ahead and roll another one. Oh wait, did I give you the answer from it? Or no, I didn't. Sorry, I never messaged you. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought I got
roll
distracted
another
by.
insight check.
Sure. I thought I did. That's so weird. Did I delete it? Why did I swear I was even typing it. What happened? Okay. Zoot. She's like kind of hard to tell. She's obviously getting very worked up about it. And she was very specific. It goes like obviously the same thing you notice. She was very specific in telling this story. She wanted to get it right. It seems like she's telling the truth. Everything she's saying. She seems very attached to her grandfather. And like very frustrated that she feels like everyone has left him behind. And she thinks that it'll actually work. Part of her, I would say, goes like you can kind of tell. She seems like not 100% confident in this story being real because it's a story, you know. She's even as she mentions it, like when she started talking about it being a story that she knew, she was kind of like almost a little timid to use the word story. But she seems like she's being honest and very passionate about this whole thing.
Hmm.
Oh, wrong. Well, I mean, normally I guess I'd say stories are stories, but I feel like we're chasing a story anyway.
You have no other hope. If you want to get your story, then this is the way to get it.
You know that loss is sometimes part of life.
She like almost immediately starts like huffing and like ugh, like she's heard it a million times kind of thing. Doesn't want to hear it again. Yes, but this. Why else would he still be here? There has to be a reason. He knew this was happen or something. He is very smart, and
But do you even know why he's in the state he's in?
I don't.
What caused it?
I don't know.
So how can you ask why is he still here?
She doesn't really answer. She just kind of looks away.
We don't even know where we would go out there to find this flower. The thing we're searching for ourselves.
I think I know where to go get it.
Well, where would that be?
Yeah, who's got the map now?
Zoot always has the map.
Alright, Zoo, why don't you pull out the map?
If you head east to the one of the beacons, then you go northwest for about half a day. There you will find the forest where the creatures live. I have
And how do you know this?
Wait, did you say west of the beacon?
east,
And
east through
then east and then
east to
northwest?
east to Pillar in the northwest.
Okay.
There are other stories that he would tell, and I have been thinking about them a lot. And there is a forest in that spot, and I think that is the one that you are looking for this. There are not many forests out here. I think that has to be it.
Well, honestly, that's not too far away. I don't know. What do you guys think?
What if we go there and there's no flower? We can use these petals for you.
Well, if it is not there, then it has to be somewhere. Somewhere else, maybe. If that is not alright, then we will think about it.
You would have us comb the entire desert
Well,
for your flower, your petal.
Well, we're doing that anyway, really, so.
What you got, Prospero? Dial up a favorite capital G on the phone.
1-800 call a god.
No, she told me to come back to you. So, have you? She said that you have more information. So, has anything passed since I left to talk with her? I just kind of look at the little girl and like wave and smile.
Well,
More stories.
Oh,
We love stories.
well, that seems like a pretty clear.
What is the...
You think that because Crenshaw said, "Go, return to your group and be present," that means that the flower is real and we
Oh,
should just run after it?
well, I mean, first thing is if that's
Flower?
only Crenshaw shed, I disagree. Oh, yeah, you like. uh, but I took it to mean that the group, like, go back to the group. They've got information on what you're looking for. What was that? What kind of like general gist was that it, or was it just like I'm busy?
She said, and I quote, "A situation has presented itself." And I said, "What do you mean?" Um, and I said, "Do you mean that my friends have more information?" And she said, "Go."
No.
So that was all I got. I think perhaps she is quite busy. You know, I guess I can't always call on her willy-nilly, as I'm used to do. But you know, when you're a healer, you'd like to rely upon your guard sometimes to
Yeah,
save people's
sometimes it
lives.
doesn't work out. Tough shit.
Ugh, you seem rather sympathetic today, Vesper.
No, she doesn't.
Wake up on the wrong side of the dome.
Think chasing after hope is pointless.
That is very on brand.
Sometimes people die, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
It seems like we're literally being told that there is.
So can we say that they gave me like a 5-second recap?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely would have filled you in.
Well, you know me, I'm a sentimentalist, and I would regret not doing anything.
I mean, it sounds to me like, regardless of how vague Crenshaw was being, this might be a nudge in the right directions. At least some percentage chance, which is higher than what we've got now. I'm not saying we check every single forest in the desert, but this one's seems reasonably close.
I imagine there won't be many forests in the desert.
I think throughout our journeys together, we all know what it's like to not be listened to, and I think it would, especially with something as important as this, it would be a bit unkind of us to not listen and help when the circumstances are so dire.
We have tried to help Prospero.
Yes, but this is a task which only we can do because no one else is willing to do it. And I know it sounds insane, but I mean, we have faced worse things before. Maybe.
Well, I would vote to do it. I don't think it's to do too much explaining, but I'd like to talk to him. That's
Can't
it.
spend the rest of my life chasing rumors across the globe.
Well, I mean, isn't that exactly what we're doing here?
Kind of
Chasing
the point.
of the paper dragon?
I don't know if I would say I want to spend my life doing it either, but I don't think it's gonna be my life to go walk to this forest. I think it might be like a week. I think it'll take about as long to get out of here.
So,
Clearly outvoted. But if we're taking the time to listen to people who aren't in our group, maybe everyone should consider listening to the people in your group.
When have we ever done that?
I'll leave in the morning. Bye.
alright, so you guys are planning to head out the next day, pursuing the Zara flower? Yes?
Yeah.
Are we?
Um,
I have a vote for yes.
I mean, the statement we were just given, I feel can be taken as we are not all going after the Zara flower.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see one other person got it.
I heard what you heard.
I think we all got it. We're just trying to figure out how to process it.
We're waiting for the person that said it to say something else.
The intent was you guys all want to go, so she'll go. But, like,
Oh, I thought you were saying that you were leaving in the morning.
no, she's going to eat soup at the fucking other hut. I don't know.
But is it gonna be as good as onion soup?
Sounds like yeah.
I mean, I still vote yes. So a lot of people haven't said what they're thinking. So
I vote yes, but I think it merits more discussion.
I mean, I guess that's fair. Go, Atticus.
I think we should go, but we should perhaps settle this conflict first.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't. Did Vesper walk away? By the way, right?
Yeah.
Atticus is gonna.
Yeah, she,
that was
she walked away immediately.
That's what I thought. I was just making sure. Atticus is gonna try and find her.
Okay, I just went to
yeah, you can find her. I mean,
Dahlia's hut for soup.
it's not too hard. I mean, she pointed out where it was, and you saw where Vesper left too, so I mean, you can catch up to her, unless Vesper's fleeing the scene.
No, I'm not even running.
No, I know.
She takes a bowl of soup and you just see her jumping off the rooftop, sprinting out of town.
Just
Yeah,
throw
I took dog with me and we're off.
No,
not dog.
take Chris all you want, but you can't take dog.
Take Chris. Don't.
Fucking paid for that. Good money for that camel.
It's like 50 gold.
That's a lot, to be honest.
All right,
Chris
so
was not animal dog was a family member.
Oh no, Atticus, you catch up to Vesper.
Yeah. Vesper, I wish you wouldn't walk off like that. Do you need a minute, though? I didn't catch that. What?
No.
So sorry. It was very quiet. Can we just discuss this further then?
I don't know what there is to discuss.
Well,
We're going after an imaginary flower that may or may not exist, that may or may not possess the qualities to bring a man back from the brink of death.
well, if we're going to that far, you might as well include so that we could revive a man that may or may not know where
Where
extremely mythical being
made
is that
up
may or may not
being
even
is
exist.
that may or may not have information about creatures that may or may not also exist, about a city that may or may not exist, that disappears and pops back up where it wants to go. Yes, it's a lot of imagination.
The point is, I take you as a friend, and I hope you take me the same. And quite honestly, this is my main
Because
life purpose.
I
right now.
wouldn't be here if I didn't consider you a friend.
I know, but I wish you were a little more considerate of trying
You
to
want
help.
me to just forget everything that I've ever been through in my life and go through life with a smile on my face? Be happy chipper Dan all the time?
To be honest, that's what I do, but you know, I'm a lot older, so I forget things that may have happened for once. Anyway,
I guess I think they maybe make medication for that.
I don't need a doctor. I've tried that now. No.
Oh god, he's in one of those groups. Oh god.
I'm sorry, if I told you that you could get a shot and you would, like, be immune to a disease, would you or would you not get said shot?
Oh yeah, sounds like leftist propaganda. No. This being said, if you would like to go to, you know, excuse me, but I forgot her name, but try and find and help solve the mystery of how to
I've
get
already solved that mystery and it's
But-
unsolvable.
But you've also
Atticus,
given up.
yeah,
Don't you
I
think?
have, because there's no point.
There's no point to save someone that you love.
Not when they're just not there anymore. You have to, like, start the process of healing.
You realize that dragons exist, and you think it's impossible.
To
What?
be
Nothing's
fair,
impossible,
I've
Dracula.
never seen a dragon before.
No, I'm just saying the scale of magic is immense.
Alright, well, if I can find a dragon that can reinstate a soul into a body, maybe I'll have hope again. But for now, no.
Well, I see I can't change your mind, but I do hope you would join us with a smile.
How about I
Yikes.
join you
Yikes.
with no frown?
Just fucking smile, man.
That's a good compromise. I like that idea.
Alright. Best I can promise is a neutral facial expression.
I'm sorry your girlfriend died. Just smile.
Fucking smile.
Not just smile, just smile for me.
Yeah,
That's it.
her soulless
You're
corpse
like
is walking
creepy
out. We're
old
probably gonna
man.
fight it, but you could smile.
This is completely taken out of context.
Yeah, you look so ugly when you
That's
frown.
unfair. That's unfair to put it that way.
Oh,
He's trying his best, okay?
He's doing a good job.
no, he's
He's
doing a good job. Minus that.
He was the only one brave enough to confront Vesper, so,
True.
you know.
20 charisma.
I'm going to get soup. Would you like to come?
Could go for a spot of soup.
Or we can just have Prospero whip something up later.
Oh, well, you know how his cooking is, let's be honest.
Yeah, alright.
Don't tell him I said that.
He does about as well cooking as he does keeping his shirt on, so
Well, I
you know.
don't
Excuse
think
me.
you can.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think one is better. Is the same as the other. So
Fair.
seriously, don't tell him about the cooking thing, or do if it makes you smile. I don't know. Anyway, let's go get some soup.
Soup. I hope there aren't onions in it.
They walk in. We only have salad. I'm sorry.
There's always onions in every soup.
Even in desert.
Yeah, where did they get? Never mind. I'm not gonna think about it.
Don't ever think about it. Only sometimes.
think.
Alright, so you guys are going to get your soup. You are going to gather up eventually. Perhaps with a flat mouth and not a frown. Head out
No frowns,
in the
neutral
morning.
expressions only.
Only diagonal lines and straight lines.
Yeah.
Atticus is gonna like crack
It's
jokes
either
to try and
this
make her smile.
or
like,
this.
Constantly.
No in
A lot
between.
of jokes.
Alright, so you guys eventually go to sleep. Or wait, I guess it's still pretty early. So you guys can head out today if you want later. So right now it's like 10 a.m. or so. 11 a.m. Something like that.
Oh, good. We'll head out at the peak hour of heat.
Well, I mean, like, you can head out at dusk.
We can head out at dusk.
Alright, sounds good.
Is
We will
Atticus
start there.
turning a shade off of pale? Yeah,
Yeah, I would say, I think.
getting some.
Yeah. Vesper's turning more purple
Actually,
because canonically, you just either gain or
Wait.
lose purpleness.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of want to say that like he just gets more pale.
He's the opposite. It's more gray, is really what he's getting.
He kind of starts getting reflective too, so it's kind of like annoying.
God,
You see a
so
little shimmer.
Atticus is kind of like translucent. It's
Yeah.
He
it's-
sparkles
Atticus,
in the
I
morning
think I
sun.
can see your intestines.
Oh no, he's a vampire.
Oh, God.
He's a vampire.
I am wearing a robe, Vespa, so I don't know how that would work.
And he's a jellyfish.
Oh god. What is happening?
Alright, so we'll pick up there, I suppose. Rainer just playing music for a man. Nicely, very nicely. But yeah, we'll end the session there. The session. Stop streaming.